He won't do it. That's not his style. And I won't do it. The only reason that we're calling him out, if Canelo decides to vacate the belt and leave the belt, then I'll never say his name again until he starts calling us again. But right now, it's the WBC belt that's important to Golovkin, and he has it. And if he's not willing to fight, then just give it up.
Will you come down and weigh? Maybe
Never.
157?
Never.
For the money?
No, never.
How come?
First, he wants to be unified champion. Then, after he's unified champion and Canelo gives it up, then they can go and negotiate something at a less weight. Right now, it's a principle of the thing to him. It's not to me, it's to him. He says he will not come down 1 ounce. It's a 160-pound belt, and that's what he's going to fight at. If he doesn't want to, he can go on and leave the belt.
Are you guys planning as if the Canelo fight is not going to happen, or are you going to remain open?
No, that's Tom's deal, and I'm sure he's not planning that. I'm sure that he hopes that Canelo says yes, because for all of us, I think it's the fight that we want to see. I'm a fan too.
Hey, when you talk about the belts, but I mean, at some point, people want to see him in with a big name. Isn't the big name just maybe even more important, especially at 34 years old for him?
You know what? If you have to have hold a gun to somebody's head to get him in the ring with him, I mean, that's not something we can do. That's now maybe you guys can get on Canelo's case and force the fight. We're willing to fight. We want to fight for the belt. When back in the Rosado days, I think HBO gave me 20 names. They asked me which one I would not fight, and I okayed all of them. I gave it back to Tom, and I okayed all of them. At this point, there's nobody out there that we won't fight at 160. At 160, if he moves up, it's got to be a significant fight. It's got to be a fight that makes sense for him financially. If not, then we'll just keep going towards the unification of the belts, 1, and 2, Hopkins' record. Now, as I said in another press conference, has there ever been any fighter in any era, in any weight, that has dominated a division like he's dominating right now? All knockouts. Hopkins didn't have all knockouts. He had 20. What if he goes and breaks Hopkins' record with all knockouts? We can criticize all we want the opposition, but you realize that Hagler fought a Leonard, who had moved up 1 fight to fight Kaluli, won that title, then took off 3 years to fight Marvin, and he beat Marvin. So, and then you look at some of the fighters that Marvin fought, you have a lot of the same kind of fighters that we fight. He really didn't have that many marquee fighters that he fought on his record. We have had some champions. I don't think we've ever fought somebody that's not in the top 10. I think most of the guys have been in the top 5. There's been a couple champions, but nobody in any era, in any division, has ever dominated a division like Golovkin has dominated.
Abel, I want to feed off a little bit of what he said, actually. It's perceived that Canelo is the toughest challenge for Golovkin, and wouldn't he want to challenge himself, and therefore, it'll get to the point where he has to make the fight with Canelo happen.
He doesn't have to do anything. No, he doesn't have to do anything.
Challenge himself.
No. Why would he have to? Why would he give in into a diva? Why would he give in to somebody that's trying to change boxing? 155 is not a division. I think we have 17 divisions in boxing right now. What do we need any more for?
He's walking through all his opponents. I mean, it's that Canelo seems to be the only challenge out there.
And then when he knocks Canelo out, what are you guys going to say? Then he's got to fight Klitschko?
Both of them.
Both of them at the same time. That's what he just said right now. It comes a point where it gets ridiculous because he has goals himself, and one of the goals is to equal the great Bernard Hopkins. I mean, Bernard Hopkins is the last middleweight unified champion. He wants to equal that first, and then if he happens to win more